Groundhogs, also called marmots, are ground-dwelling mammals native to North America, often found dwelling in fields with loose soil. They may have a temper and are usually territorial. These animals resemble large ground squirrels. In fact, they are in the same family, Sciuridae, animals of the order Rodentia, characterized by having pairs of continuously growing incisors, which these herbivores use for processing plant material, or to give a good chomp. Bridging the relationship between species is called taxonomy. It's categorizing life on the grand family tree by DNA and phylogenetics. This branch further connects us to nature, showing how we are all related somehow, as shown through the acronym LUCA. Man, I could take a nap out here. Canada geese, Latin name Branta canadensis, in the waterbird family Anatidae, home to ducks, geese, and swans. Geese are within the class Aves, the class of all living birds. Aves are warm-blooded vertebrates, yet unlike the class Mammalia, aves lack mammary glands. Animals in the class Aves are feathered, have toothless beaks, and give birth to hard-shelled eggs which they incubate. Inonotus obliquus, or chaga mushroom, in a family I won't attempt to pronounce. Chaga are a parasitic fungi that inhabit primarily birch trees. They appear as a black conch or charcoal-like burr. This fungus spreads when chaga spores land on the open wound of a tree. If the spores successfully germinate and propagate, the fungi will take over, slowly eating the tree from the inside out, just as any parasite does. Trillium erectum, or red trillium, in the family Melanthiaceae, a family of 17 genera consisting of about 200 species. It is an angiosperm, or flowering plant native to North America. They emerge during the spring, sending the stalk with the flowers soon after. They are perennial plants, meaning a lifespan of 1 year. Ecologically, Trillium has a unique role. The flower secretes pheromones that smell putrid, mimicking the smell of rotting or decaying matter. This attracts insects such as the carrion fly or beetles, which are the main pollinators for this flower. Flower morphology begins with 3 sepals, followed by the flower composed of 3 maroon petals, whorls of stamens and carpels fused into a single ovary, just another complex clusterfuck of Mother Nature. A species of spring beauty in the genus Claytonia. The family is Montiaceae, comprised of about 17 genera. The spring beauty is ecologically beneficial to our bee friends, as they are this flower's main pollinator. These flowers are bisexual, housing both genders' reproductive parts. It is May 11th, the day after Mother's Day. We're looking for yellow morels and black morels. The temperature for morel hunting is between 10 and 13 degrees Celsius. The temperature is right now between 10 and 13, fluctuating. Which species created this species? It's like bear shit to me, maybe wolf scat. I can see hair in it. Whatever it was, it's a meat eater. Scapula of a deer. He's also chewing on the knuckle bone of a femur or something. These make good hide scrapers. As a primitive hide scraper, just sharpen this, clean this end up and get it sharp a little bit. You can scrape the rawhide, get the membrane off the hide when it's fresh. Spotted my first cluster of black morels. Do you see them? Morel mushroom, the star of the episode, specifically Morchella alata, or black morel, in the family Morchellaceae. Morel mushrooms are of course in the fungi kingdom. They are in the family Morchellaceae, belonging to the phylum Ascomycota, also known as the sac fungi. Ascomycota is the largest phylum of fungi with over 60,000 species. They possess the name sac fungi due to their spore dispersal method, forming small sacs called asci that fill up with spores until they burst open, sending their seed into the air. A great way to identify a morel is if you cut it in half and the center is completely hollow, the stem and the cap, you're pretty much guaranteed that it's a morel. The scarlet cup fungi, also known as Sarcosipha coccinea, yet another fungi in the phylum Ascomycota, the sac fungi. These fungi feature a term I'd like to cover in a separate video called saprotroph, or sapotrophic. Right next to the patch of morels is another great edible, the ostrich fern. It's pretty sought after. You may have even seen this sold in grocery stores at some point. The tail sign for identifying the ostrich fern are these paper-like protrusions coming from the stem. All of these single leaves that shoot up and blanket the forest floor are yellow trout lilies. Yellow trout lilies are one of the first spring flowers to emerge in my area. And they are everywhere. Getting into some bigger ones now. Out of every cluster that I find, I leave like 2 or 3 at least out of every cluster just so that the spores can continue to spread, and also it serves as food for other organisms in the forest, other wildlife that would otherwise take advantage of this resource. These beautiful intrusive igneous rocks scattered throughout the forest with these sheets of mica on them, sparkle in the sun. The feces of Odocoileus virginianus, or white-tailed deer, a native mammal to North America. Mammal means it has mammary glands that produce milk for its young. Also, it gives birth to live young. Mammal mothers act as a host for their young. Their young will live inside them, and then they will then be birthed through a live birth. And the mother will have the mammary glands that produce milk due to hormones from the pregnancy and giving birth. And that milk that the mammary glands produce will go on to nurture their live young. Whereas things like ovipores give birth to an egg, and the egg will carry their baby, as the egg is the host of the young. And the egg will carry all the nutrients for the developing baby, and then the mother will provide food that it procures from nature, such as worms, to feed to their young once they are hatched from the egg. Say another very peculiar tree on the property. A tree certainly bent this way a very long time ago. Trees like this were bent purposely by Native Americans as tree markers for a trail, and they would point in the direction of something of significance for these people. What they would do is, when the tree was a young sapling, they would bend the tree over and tie it down to the ground, and they would cut the top of the tree off and let a vertical branch grow upward. This tree is very old. Little bundle of deer hair. Erythronium americanum, or yellow trout lily, in the family Liliaceae, comprised of about 15 genera with hundreds of species. This early spring perennial features lanceolate, smooth-margined leaves with splotches of purple. The flower hosts 6 yellow petals, both male and female reproductive parts, having 6 stamens and 1 pistil. Stamens are the male reproductive parts, composed of the filament and anther. Pistils are the female reproductive parts, composed of stigma, style, and ovary. Man, is it hot in here? Another specimen of chaga, growing on a Betula alleganensis, yellow birch. Chagas are pretty sought after and known to be kind of rare, but it's pretty abundant in this woodland. This little patch of forest. Hey, buddy. Are the bugs bugging you? Look at that. More chaga. Found all that I was looking for, just a small handful for my dinner tonight, and I left the rest. I think it's still possibly a little early, just because we're kind of behind in the seasons this far north. But I'll come back out in another week and see how good I do then. It's the ribcage of a small deer. It's not much bigger than him. Called Inonotus obliquus. This is an Inonotus. It is a or yellow birch. Today Leo and I chewing on the knuckle bone of a femur or something. Ooh, being swarmed by bugs. Pretty big pile of shit. Which species created this feces? Pile of shit. These are easily identified by the kind of brown paper shoots. Easily identified for me by these brown paper hairs. These paper-like protrusions. Brown, feathery paper-like. Beautiful, intrusive igneous leaves that blanker and litter the floor's floor. The florist floor. And blanket the florist. And make sure to blow on them. Then keep moving around, just not around here. Fuck. These beautiful, intrusive igneous, the feces of Odocoileus, virginans. It has mammary glands to live young. Mothers of mammals active inside them. Mother will mammary glands do hormones, and giving birth. Milk that the mammary gland, whereas birth to an egg is the host of the young. For the developing baby, food that it procures worms. They are hatched from the egg. Intrusive igneous rocks. Leo, can you fuck off? Go somewhere else. Holy Christ, go!